Sophie Cunningham Crazy Energy PE is available now. You take a look at these comments. Dang, my size 8 sold out. Already ran out of my size. My size is sold out. Already sold out. They sold out already. This is sold out, sold out, sold out, sold out, copped. Folks, you couldn't. I mean, Sophie Cunningham has capitalized on the Caitlin Clark effect better than she is the second biggest star in this league.
I already sold out. They sold out in 1 hour. Like, less than 1 hour. You only get a lot of PE of 9 points a game gets of a shoe. Sold out in an hour. Sold out in 30 minutes. Like,
but that's not all. You know what else people did other than saying, you go, girl? They went out and bought her shoes. These are her like Adidas Sophie Cunningham pink shoes, and you could get a pair, except you can't get a pair. Why? Because they're sold out. People ran out or went online or just they hit Zappos and they bought every last pair of Sophie Cunningham's
Adidas shoes sold out completely in every size, both men's and women's, in about 1 hour. This wasn't a case of only a few sizes selling out or limited stock creating artificial demand. It was a complete sellout. Meanwhile, players who already had their own signature shoe deals, including Aya Wilson and Angel Reese, watched as this happened to a player who didn't even have her own Adidas colorway until just 10 days earlier. Today, we're breaking down how Sophie Cunningham's Adidas release became one of the fastest WNBA-related shoe sellouts ever, and why some of the league's biggest names are reportedly unhappy about what happened.
Cunningham did it again. Not only does she have her first Adidas player-exclusive basketball shoe, fans are so excited that, truly, they're already all gone. Think about how far Sophie has come. She's become one of the biggest personalities in the WNBA, and now she's got her own Adidas Crazy Energy PE in a bold pink to white colorway that perfectly matches her style. The shoes officially dropped today for $120. Whether you love her game, her energy, or those viral Sophie moments.
Here's how it all unfolded. Adidas officially announced the Crazy Energy Sophie Cunningham Player Exclusive, P, on July 10th, revealing a pink radiant colorway scheduled for release on July 24th. The retail price ranged from $110 to $120, depending on the retailer, which is a standard price for a performance basketball shoe. On the morning of the release, Cunningham posted a video of herself inside an unmarked van packed with boxes of the shoes, captioning it, asterisk, "Today's the day. Who's ready for the drop?" Asterisk. Within just 3 hours, the post had generated more than 500,000 views across Instagram and X. This wasn't a slow weekend rollout. Within minutes of her post, most men's and women's sizes had already disappeared from Adidas.com.
a.m. Eastern, Sophie Cunningham's Adidas shoes are completely sold out in both men's and women's sizes. She's a superstar. Colors available in size 11.5 and women's 12.5. That's it. That is it. I said what I said. Wow. She's gonna be getting her signature shoe. The execs at Adidas are laughing like Tony Montana and Sosa. Yeah, they're counting their money up right now.
By around 10 a.m. Eastern Time, the shoe had completely sold out in both men's and women's sizes on Adidas' website. Reports from that morning mentioned that only a couple of sizes, men's 11.5 and women's 12.5, were briefly available, but even those were gone within the hour. A limited number of pairs remained at retailers such as Dick's Sporting Goods and Hibbett, but Adidas.com itself was completely sold out. For a shoe that had been officially announced only 2 weeks earlier, the turnaround was remarkable. Buyers didn't hesitate or wait to decide. They already knew exactly what they wanted before the release even began.
Sophie Cunningham even put out a teaser drop early this morning, 8:58, about her colorway coming out. So this she's a superstar. It's on. Note, only this colorway is hers. Only that pink is hers. It's sold out already. Men's sizes still available. This person says, there's no more sizes for me, unfortunately. Look, selling like hotcakes. Selling like hot.
The excitement was obvious in the comments. Fans shared updates in real time, posting messages like, "My size 8 is already sold out. They already ran out of my size." And asterisk, "Completely sold out." Asterisk, this wasn't manufactured hype from a marketing campaign. It was genuine demand unfolding live as customers refreshed the sales page. One report even cited figures from Adidas product page, noting that more than 190 purchases had been recorded within the first 24 hours before the listing was eventually taken down.
Are upset that she got her own shoe. But you guys gotta realize this is just a PE. It is not an entire sneaker. And I think that's what's upsetting people because they think she just got her own shoe. Now, don't get me wrong, she's been balling and I feel like the whole finger pointing thing has made her iconic. I think a PE is fine. But for a low top basketball sneaker, I think this is pretty dope. I love the shades of pink on here and I love how the tongue and the lining are like a tannish off-white color. And this is also what the back is looking like. You got the Adidas logo on the tongue and on the back, so you know it's an Adidas bag.
Here's where the story becomes even more interesting. Technically, this isn't a full signature shoe. Adidas hasn't given a true signature shoe line to a WNBA player since Candace Parker. What Cunningham received was a player-exclusive colorway, which ranks below a full signature shoe in the sneaker industry. However, the demand didn't resemble that of a typical player-exclusive release. Instead, it performed like a signature shoe from one of the league's biggest superstars. That's why so many people are talking about it. Normally, a player's popularity and their level of endorsement align fairly closely. In this case, they clearly didn't, not even close.
Cunningham?
I'm busy.
Wow!
This also wasn't Cunningham's first partnership with Adidas. She had previously appeared alongside Chelsea Gray in promotional campaigns for the Adidas Dame X line. Before that, however, she reportedly played in $45 Adidas sneakers that she purchased herself because she hadn't yet secured a major shoe deal. The progression is remarkable. She went from buying her own affordable basketball shoes to appearing in Adidas marketing campaigns with an established star like Chelsea Gray, to releasing her own player-exclusive colorway that sold out faster than products associated with players who own championship rings and MVP awards. Her teammates seemed to recognize this momentum before anyone else. When Adidas announced the shoe on July 10th, Indiana Fever guard Lexi Hall reacted on X by posting, asterisk, "Go girl! Adidas took too long." Asterisk, her comment reflected what many people were already thinking, that Cunningham had earned this opportunity long before it finally arrived. It's a small detail, but it shows that the excitement surrounding Cunningham wasn't just being created by the media. People inside the locker room already viewed this moment as long overdue recognition.
The 2026 WNBA All-Star Game is tomorrow, so all of the top players and brands are bringing out their best basketball shoes to Chicago for the big stage. Indiana Fever guard Sophie Cunningham did not make the All-Star Game, but she is still enjoying a strong sneaker launch. Earlier this month, we got our first look at Cunningham's first player-exclusive colorway of the Adidas Crazy Energy basketball shoes. There was a buzz around the sneakers, but a near sellout on release day seemed unlikely. But in less than 24 hours, the shoes have sold out in most sizes at Adidas. Below is everything fans and shoppers must know about the hoop shoes. The Adidas Crazy Energy basketball shoes were released for $110. Great price too. Great price.
Now let's talk about who's watching all of this unfold, because this is where the story becomes even more interesting. Aya Wilson has a full Nike signature shoe, the One, as part of a 6-year extension that ESPN has reported is one of the richest shoe deals in women's basketball history. With 3 WNBA MVP awards, Wilson has set the standard for excellence across the league. Yet, by most public accounts, her latest shoe release didn't sell out nearly as quickly, not in an hour, and not even in a day. Angel Reese also has her own signature shoe with Reebok. While her initial release sold out quickly when it launched, more recent reports and online discussions have suggested that the same shoe has since remained available at retailers and has even been discounted.
At the same time, it just shows again, when it comes to Sophie Cunningham, you're seeing here 13 likes on the statue post, 1.3k on Sophie. Reading the quotes, sold out already, you can't buy a Sophie Cunningham shoe, but you can buy the statue shoe. Watch I just try to calm you, many Sophie shoes are sold out, so they take you to statue shoe, which isn't. That's not scamming. Statue shoe just isn't sold out. Sophie Cunningham shoes already sold out online.
It's the same league, the same season, yet two completely different stories. That's the tension driving much of the conversation. It's not that Cunningham did anything to anyone personally. She simply posted a video of a van full of shoes and asked fans if they were ready for the release. The surprising part was the overwhelming response. Virtually everyone seemed ready. That excitement arrived at the same time other players with bigger resumes and more lucrative endorsement deals were working to grow their own brands. So why Sophie Cunningham? That's the question everyone keeps asking, and it deserves a real answer. Part of the reason is her performance on the court. She's a reliable shooter off the bench, who consistently delivers in key moments. This isn't a case of hype surrounding someone who can't play. Another reason is her personality. Cunningham speaks openly and honestly without carefully filtering every statement, making her stand out in a league where many players are understandably cautious with the media. Just as importantly, she appears to genuinely enjoy everything she's doing, and that authenticity has made fans want to support her, even those who may have never watched a full Indiana Fever game before.
And WNBA has been attacked as a MAGA Barbie for saying it's common sense for men to not be in women's sports in the locker room. Is the president following this story, and has he reached out to her?
I don't believe he has reached out to her. I know he is following the story. As you know, this is something the president feels strongly about as well, and the American people do too. That men should not be playing in women's sports. It's completely ludicrous that anyone could support that. It's even more ludicrous that you do have Sophie Cunningham, a female athlete herself, very accomplished in her own right, coming forth and speaking that truth that men shouldn't play in women's sports. We want to protect women and girls, and the backlash she is receiving from Democrats and left-wing figures across the country is astonishing. They are clearly very out of touch with the American public on this issue, which again is an 80-20 issue. It's common sense. It's rooted in basic biological fact that men should not be competing against women.
Another factor that continues to generate attention is the political controversy surrounding Cunningham. In an interview, she said she opposes transgender women competing in women's sports and stated that she believes biological women and girls should have protected spaces in competition and locker rooms. Her comments immediately drew criticism online, but Cunningham did not back away from her position. Responding to the backlash, she said, "I said what I said. I think it's kind of common sense." She also added, "I don't dislike anyone. I'm there to love, but I'm also there to love biological women regardless of where people stand on that debate." The controversy did not appear to hurt interest in her shoe. Some commentators have even
He has a shoe because companies are in business to make money. And Sophie Cunningham is the face currently of the WNBA because she's smarter than you. She's smarter than all of you. She understands what she looks like. And if that's being white, blonde, and attractive, tough. That's what she looks like. That's what God gave her. She's worked on her body. She's a pro basketball player that...
There's also the Caitlin Clark factor, which many reports have highlighted. As Clark's teammate on the Indiana Fever, Cunningham has developed noticeable on-court chemistry with one of the biggest stars in women's basketball. Some analysts believe that Clark's enormous fan base naturally pays attention to the players around her, helping increase interest in Cunningham's merchandise. That may explain part of the success, but it doesn't fully answer the question. Many players share the court with Clark, yet Cunningham is the one whose merchandise is outperforming products from athletes who already have full signature shoe deals.
Not about last night's opportunity to do what you did.
Literally like 5 minutes before. So me and Dana have kind of become friends, and he's an amazing dude, and UFC is awesome. And so went to my first live fight last night, which was so cool. The main fight was a little, but the whole experience overall was wonderful. And Dana came over to say what's up, and I was like, hey, if you need a ring girl, let me know. He's like, all right, like, first round for the Patty fight, like that's you. I was like, yeah. He's like, no, seriously. And I was like, oh God. It was so much fun though. Like it was just a great.
It's also worth remembering everything else that happened during this stretch. Cunningham unexpectedly became a UFC ring girl at UFC 329 in Las Vegas after receiving the opportunity just minutes before the event. She walked barefoot around the octagon in front of a sold-out crowd, and less than 24 hours later returned to the basketball court and scored 20 points against the Las Vegas Aces while shooting 6 of 7 from three-point range. That's the kind of week that transforms a solid role player into someone people actively search for online. That level of attention isn't created by statistics alone. It comes from memorable moments, unexpected opportunities, and then backing them up with outstanding performances on the court.
Did you hire Sophie Cunningham as a ring card girl?
Why did I do it?
When did you hire her?
About 8 minutes before she did it. I love Sophie Cunningham. We've created a relationship, and she was here tonight. And when she walked in, she goes, "Oh, I want to walk around that." I said, "Then you're going to walk around it." Yeah. She's fun.
Dana White later revealed that the decision to have Cunningham appear as a UFC ring girl was made only about 8 minutes before it happened. It wasn't a carefully planned marketing campaign or a scripted public relations strategy. It was simply an unexpected opportunity that she embraced, and it worked. In many ways, that moment perfectly captures the Sophie Cunningham brand, being ready when opportunity appears and making the most of it. By the time Adidas officially released her player-exclusive shoe, the public was already paying close attention to everything she was doing.
Then Sophie Cunningham going the fuck off. 7 for 9 from the field, 6 for 7 from the three-point line, a plus 30. The Indiana Fever bench absolutely tormented the Las Vegas Aces bench. Ty Harris, Michaela Timpson put in work as well. Take a look at some of these highlights. You got Caitlin Clark. Boom. Utilizing the step back. Give me that. Put a brakes on, step back, splash right on.